Welcome, dear friends of early cinema, to yet another enchanting journey through time with quality silent films. Tonight, we ignite the lamp of memory and let its warm glow unveil a tale from the rugged canyons of the silent era, where bravery, betrayal, and the excitement of progress came together on the silver screen. Silent films were more than just moving images, they were vibrant dreams captured in light and shadow, shared in flickers and frames, and tonight's feature, The Ghost of the Canyon, from 1920 continues that legacy. Just to clear up any confusion, while some older listings or filmographies might mistakenly say it was made in 1913 or consider it a standalone short, The Ghost of the Canyon is actually one of the later episodes in the long-running silent serial, The Hazards of Helen, 1914 to 1917. This entry was episode number 50, starring Helen Gibson, who took over the role of Helen from actress Helen Holmes after episode 26. This popular series is well known for its impressive stunt work, railroad settings, and a strong female lead who really takes charge. Before we dive into the canyon, let's take a moment to remember those who brought it to life. Directed by Robert Myles, a filmmaker from the silent frontier whose few surviving works leave us with more questions than answers, this 1920 short film embodies the adventurous spirit of early Western storytelling. At its core is Helen Gibson, America's first professional stuntwoman, whose fearless energy and athletic grace made her a true icon of action cinema. Joining her are S.D. Wilcox, a seasoned character actor hailing from Ohio, Millard K. Wilson, the Louisville-born performer who once shared the screen with Lon Cheney, and Burton Law, a stage veteran of the Western circuit. Together, they crafted a compact yet vibrant film that speaks the universal language of risk and redemption. It was 1920, a time when the world was stepping into modernity. Women in America had just secured their right to vote, prohibition was shaking up social norms across the country, and a small radio station in Pittsburgh made history with the first-ever commercial broadcast, marking the dawn of a new communication era. Amidst this wave of change, The Ghost of the Canyon burst onto the screen, capturing the spirit of a nation eager for an exciting future. The plot revolves around rival railroad companies vying for a lucrative contract, where greed and sabotage put lives and livelihoods at risk. At the heart of the story is Helen's fearless heroine, part detective, part thrill-seeker, who uncovers a scheme that could shatter everything she cherishes. It's a gripping tale of bravery and ethics, set against the gritty backdrop of the industrial frontier. No spoilers here, but the tension between progress and danger is as intense as a steel rail slicing through stone. At its core, The Ghost of the Canyon delves into themes of ambition, justice, and the moral implications of progress. The struggle between corporate greed and personal integrity was a hot topic in 1920 and still resonates today. In an era where technology races ahead of us, and whistleblowers risk it all to reveal corruption, this silent western serves as a poignant reminder that integrity never goes out of style. And through Helen Gibson's bold performance, contemporary audiences can still feel the essence of independence and equality, a woman commanding the screen not with glamour, but with sheer courage, long before Hollywood caught on. The canyon mentioned in the title isn't just a physical place, it symbolizes the deep divide between right and wrong, greed and grace, the gap that every generation must navigate as they chase their ideals. As we watch it today, we recognize it as more than just a relic, it's an early hint of social commentary, beautifully captured in the dust and light of its silent storytelling. Stay with us after the film for a closer look at its production history, the bold performers who brought it to life, and the lasting impact it had at the dawn of cinematic adventure. You'll learn how these trailblazers not only defined a genre but also created a whole new language of visual storytelling. Now, let's dim the lights and let our imaginations run wild. As the film rolls and the shadows of the canyon grow deeper, may you find in this story not just a peek into history, but a powerful reflection of courage that endures through the ages. Enjoy The Ghost of the Canyon. As the last scenes of The Ghost of the Canyon fade into quiet, we find ourselves surrounded by dust dancing in a sunlit gorge, the distant sound of a steam whistle echoing off the cliffs, and the unwavering gaze of a woman who stands her ground. The film hangs in the air like a cherished memory, a blend of Western adventure and industrial fantasy, where bravery meets a wild, unyielding landscape. Within its canyons and gleaming tracks lies a tale about the price of progress and the resilience of the human spirit, themes that resonate just as powerfully today as they did 100 years ago. The man behind the lens, Robert Myles, remains somewhat of a mystery. He worked during a time when short Western dramas fueled independent studios, often directing on location with tight budgets and real stunts. The surviving records hint at his fascination with stories of machinery, movement, and human determination. The Ghost of the Canyon embodies that passion, a small film about individuals pursuing grand dreams amid peril. While Myles may not have achieved Hollywood stardom, his work truly captured the essence of the self-sufficient filmmaker, bold, quick on his feet, and unafraid to take risks with the camera. Helen Gibson, originally named Rose August Wenger, was born in Cleveland in 1892 and made history as the first professional stuntwoman in American cinema. Before stepping into the film world, she captivated audiences with her skills in the 101 Ranch Wild West show, where she became an expert in horseback riding and daring stunts. Her marriage to cowboy star Hoot Gibson connected her to the elite of silent westerns, but her own legacy is what truly shines. She had already made a name for herself in the serials of The Hazards of Helen, where she performed her own thrilling stunts. Even into the 1950s, she took on smaller roles, quietly paving the way for women to lead, fight, and even tumble from moving trains just like their male counterparts. When she passed away in Oregon in 1977, she left behind a remarkable link between the circus, the frontier, and the film industry. Her co-star S.D. Wilcox was known for his commanding presence on stage. A touring actor in the Midwest before transitioning to film in the 1910s, he was recognized for his discipline and precision. He even donned full stage boots on set to keep things authentic. When sound came into play, he stepped back from acting to teach drama in community theaters, mentoring younger performers who respected his serious approach to the craft. Millard K. Wilson, hailing from Louisville, Kentucky, frequently shared the screen with the legendary Lon Cheney Sr., appearing in classics like The Phantom of the Opera and Outside the Law. The two were not just colleagues but close friends who loved to experiment with makeup and lighting techniques. Sadly, his career was cut short by a tragic car accident in 1933, but his subtle and expressive acting continues to resonate in the films that remain. Burton Law, a reliable character actor, kicked off his career in vaudeville before making his way to early Western studios like Thanhouser. He was celebrated for his ability to play a range of roles, whether as a villain, sheriff, or foreman, and earned the playful nickname Fox Law after he brought a pet fox to the set. This film was one of his last appearances before he shifted gears to stage management and later took on dialogue coaching as Hollywood transitioned into the talkie era. The production itself captured a rugged essence. Filmed in the canyons of Southern California, it made the most of natural light, quick setups, and the daring spirit of Helen Gibson, who performed her own stunts. Trade journals even noted her galloping across rocky terrain with a real Colt revolver. Though it was unloaded, it still looked the part. Cinematographer Carl Weiden cleverly used mirrors and filtered light to brighten up dark interiors, giving the film a warm, amber glow. There was a runaway train scene that was so well done that the footage was reused in another short film that same year, a practical trick that early studios often employed. Culturally, The Ghost of the Canyon stands at a fascinating intersection of the Old West and modern America. Railroads represented both progress and danger, and the film's storyline about rival companies mirrored the national tensions of 1920, a nation racing toward industrialization while still grappling with the aftermath of the Great War. Gibson's fearless heroine reflected the evolving roles of women in a transforming society. Her strength became a symbol of women redefining courage, both on screen and in their everyday lives. Not many contemporary reviews have survived, but historians point out that it was quite popular in small-town theaters, often shown alongside travelogues and newsreels. By the late 1920s, it had disappeared from circulation, with its prints either scattered or lost. Today, no complete copy exists, although some fragments might be tucked away in private collections and archives like the Library of Congress. Scholars consider it one of Gibson's transitional works, a daring reminder of her stunt serial days. Behind the scenes, there are plenty of stories. Wilson experimented with an early portable lighting rig that ran on car batteries. Burton Law's powerful stage voice led to retakes because he kept projecting to a non-existent balcony. And there was one train scene that had to be reshot after a crew member waved at the camera, an accidental cameo that made its way into trade paper gossip. These little quirks now feel like the unique fingerprints of filmmakers who never dreamed their work would last a century. Today, the ghost of the canyon lives on in legend. Its reels may be lost, but its spirit remains intact. Watching it, or even just picturing it, evokes the thrill of early cinema, the bravery of pioneers who risked everything to share stories through movement and light. The message still lingers on. Every generation encounters its own divide, between bravery and fear, honesty and compromise. What truly matters is whether we choose to bridge that gap. If Helen Gibson could leap into peril without a second thought, then we too can tackle our own obstacles with that same fierce spirit. Helen Gibson performed her own stunts, no special effects, no stand-ins, just sheer bravery and a very anxious insurance agent. Thanks for being with us at Quality Silent Films. We hope you've enjoyed this journey back to the bold days of early cinema. Join us again as we keep bringing these hidden gems back to life, tales of passion, risk, and creativity that continue to shine through the ages. And as Helen might have slyly opined, never let life's train pull away from the station without you on board.